Okay, so you've seen how to add search terms in order to get ads to fire. So what's this about negative search terms? When and why are they important? To illustrate that, let me take this example of a store that only sells cinnamon rolls. So we've got a store selling cinnamon rolls for $2 a piece, and that's the only thing that they sell. The search terms that they'd want to advertise on are things like cinnamon roll, cinnamon donut. But they're also aware that a lot of people looking for a cinnamon roll might actually just type in the word donut. So this is the difference between a narrow search term and a broad search term. Now, it may be true that people searching for things like glazed donuts, plain donuts, Long John donuts, and these others, they might, if they landed here on a cinnamon roll only store, might actually go ahead and buy the cinnamon roll. In fact, cinnamon donut might be one of the search terms over here in the broad category. But you can see that there's some other considerations here. So let's say that you've started a store and only sells cinnamon rolls. You've got costs associated with that store. Rent, and you have your raw materials of flour and sugar and those sorts of things. And labor and utilities, the lawyers and accountants. I've spelled lawyers wrong. You got equipment, you got insurance. So you got a lot of costs associated with this stuff, and you're selling it for $2. So you take all your costs and all your sales together, selling price minus your costs equal the money available for advertising. And let's say that money available for advertising is 35 cents per item. That means the cost of conversion, people coming through to your ads and buying, has to, in the end, equal less than 35 cents in order to make any money. Otherwise, you're spending more money on advertising than what you can bring in through the margin. So we're going to have to add some keywords as negatives if we're going to use this broad term of donuts to reach that goal. In other words, if we're bringing in a lot of visitors to the site through our broad terms like glazed donuts and frosted, and none of those people are buying, then our costs keep climbing, and they may eventually get higher than 35 cents per donut sale. So we've got to add some negatives to if we're going to use the broad term of donuts, and it's very tempting if you had a cinnamon roll store to try to capture a bigger audience by using the term donut. And if we did, we're going to have to really make sure we add some negatives to that. And our negative keywords would be glazed, plain, Long John, all of these things that we discovered don't convert when they hit the store. So we'll talk more about how we add those negative keywords, but I wanted to explain here a little bit about why we'd be adding them and why we might want to use a broad term like donuts in our advertising strategies for a cinnamon roll store. We might capture some business there, but we'd have to be very careful to make sure that we don't get higher than our targeted cost of conversion.